Now that we know why to focus on copy, how do we do that? We do that with a simple formula that allows us to craft more effective and powerful text. And that is with using the formula called what, so what, and now what. We're going to dive deep into each of these in more detail. It's important to know that you're going to lead with what, explain that with so what, and then motivate your audience with now what. Let's start with what. This is your community, product, or service. This is what you do for the specific audience member that visits your website. You could also think of your what as the why behind your organization, and it can be used on your homepage, about page, or landing page. Lead with their transformation. For example, for a wonderful nonprofit organization, I taught them how to design their own website for themselves. Their what is helping wildlife one trip at a time. This tells you what they do, trips, and this tells you the why behind their organization, helping wildlife. Next, we explain with so what. This is the information that comes after what. The audience might now be asking for themselves, why should I care? And as an audience member who visits your website, they're thinking, why does this matter to me? You've told them the why behind your organization, your community, your product or service that you provide, and how you think it might help them. So now it's the time where you actually need to share more about what you, your community, product or service actually does. This is where you provide more context or even more details about the what and what it actually means. So in our nonprofit example, they're helping wildlife one trip at a time. Their so what is join our group of passionate volunteers making a difference. And they could be doing this in a city, region, country, or making a difference for the whole world. For their website visitors, they've explained the significance of why it matters to them. And if they're interested in helping wildlife, they know more about how to do that because this nonprofit explained it for them. They'll need to join the group of like-minded, passionate volunteers, something they'll have identified with and want to be a part of. Then we motivate with now what. As an audience member, you've told them what it is that you do. You've told them more about specifically in the so what. So now it's your turn to tell them what to do now that they have this information. Okay, they're thinking, that sounds great. Now what do I do? You need to lead them to a clear solution that will help them decide how to engage with you and what it is that you offer. And this is done with your call to action. It could be a button, a link, or something entirely different. Be specific where a visitor will go when they click. If you need to, write more text on the buttons if it's not clear where they're going to go next. Remember our story from earlier? Everyone benefits from a more accessible website. For the nonprofit organization who helps wildlife one trip at a time, as a member-based group of passionate volunteers, they introduced a button that allowed users to become a member. Their what, so what, and now what in this section flowed really well from what we do, the why behind the organization, to their so what, joining a group. And in order to join us, you have to become a member. Then now what? Notice how we use something more specific, become a member, instead of learn more. Should we take some time to see what this looks like in the real world with some website examples? This is Smart Passive Income with Flynn. Can you identify the what, so what, and now what? If you can, go ahead and paste it in the chat. You can tell me what you think each of them are. Exactly, Jenny. The business growth without the overwhelm is their what. Their so what is the paragraph description just below this, mastering vital skills to do this in less time. Okay, what do I do now that I have this information? I'm ready. Notice they have a video next to the text. So we've mostly been talking about text in this one, but they have a video that is going to give you an overview. And also the green button stands out quite a bit from that white background. So these are some design elements to maybe pay attention to. Next, we have another community, Boss Babe. Can you identify the what, so what, now what? You deserve to make money doing what you love. So what? What are they doing? Helping you build a business, doing what you love. How do you do it? Explain to me more. The online community provides that. Okay, what do I do? Now that I have this information, now what do I do? Join our community. Here's the Future Pro group from Chris Doe. You're probably seeing a pattern here with the what, so what, now what? Yeah, me too. True. This website has an additional kind of feature to maybe call out to in terms of design, where we've got a menu specifically for this page. You can see that at the bottom. So the what in this case is the business empowerment. The so what? Why should I care? What does it do for me? Explain it. Is that paragraph below. And now what in this case is applying now instead of just joining or getting signed up. So there's a little bit of a different process here. Now that we've seen the landing pages that have done this in the wild,